at the Thunder Valley Nationals with my new friend J.R. Gray, and I was talking to you a little bit earlier, but this is one of your tracks, so explain real quick what makes Bristol so special.
Honestly, Bristol's just been a good home base. It's in the southeast where we're from, kind of birth Pro Mod, so we're really at home here. We love the views between the mountains and, just driving into the mountains. It's just a beautiful place.
So this is a question, I didn't even mention this, but I forgot to tell you. For the years and years I watched you in the Pro Mod, it was always the signature gray with that camo and the orange thing on it. What inspired the change this year, if anything? Because I think it's the same Al-Anabi Performance on it. So what inspired the change of paint scheme?
Well, the change all came about. We formed a new team this year, and Cage brought us all together and put a team together, and just came in real strong. So we're flying the colors of Guitar and Al-Anabi Racing now, and obviously that would require a different design and different out. But I'm really digging the new colors. That burgundy is just really a slick finish, and and with the gold it just pops.
So it is the same car though, right?
Yeah, this is currently the same chassis. We have a couple more on the way. But yeah, this is the same chassis that was the camo car.
And what makes Pro Mod so special to you? Because I know everyone, most people want to run Top Fuel or something as their main goal, but my main goal one day is to run a Pro Mod like you are. So what makes Pro Mod so special to you?
I mean, if you go back to the birth of Pro Mods, they're more, they're still shaped like a car. They have two doors, so they're the fastest door cars in the world. And, they're a lot harder to handle, so they make it, they're really aggressive being that they're on suspended chassis and everything. And so it makes them really an animal going down the track.
And for years, I always liked Pro Mod, but NHRA, I mean, they had it, but they kind of treated it as a B class. But now, Pro Mod has really been pushed forward, and they're making a huge deal out of it. Does that make it better for you as a driver? You get more fan attention, or is it about the same?
I would say it's still, it's obviously growing to that, getting bigger in that department. You got your Pro Mod fans, your diehards, but it's just, it's been growing good over the years, and we just it gets you excited as the more the fans plug in and everything,
And like we talked about a little bit earlier, you've been doing really good this year. Where are you standing at for points?
Currently we're number 1, and my teammate's number 2. He was number 1, so we've been kind of trading that back and forth. And we really could not be, everybody's pleased with the performance and how everything's turning out currently.
Here's one more question, not trying to keep you forever. What is it like racing at Bristol with the altitude in that heat? Because I know it's got to be tough, and up here you can't really run great numbers, but it's all about consistency, it seems. So is it easier or harder for you in a race where it's kind of more of an even playing field for everybody?
The altitude always slows you down, so it messes with your head a little bit with the numbers when you see the times lined out. But by the time, you look at all 16 qualified, it's that doesn't really mess with me. The cars, what the car's going to run, like I said, we're sitting 2 and 4, so that's good spots either way. So I feel we do good here. I've won, I've been here 4 times, won 2 of the 4, got 1 taken away. So we'll leave that to the judges to be, whether you're on my side of the fence or the other side of the fence, how you count that. But I feel like we have a real good record here. So, we're going to go for the gold again tomorrow, and hopefully we can bring it back home for Cage and Guitar.
Well, thank you so much. Good luck tomorrow and today. J.R. Gray, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thunder Valley Nationals, and I just said, asked if you were superstitious, because this is a reoccurring thing. We might make a tradition out of number 1 qualifier interviews at Bristol. Here with Austin Prock. After today, the Prock Rocket, can't really run no 340 mile an hour in these conditions, but how are you feeling?
Feeling really good. We came in here today, didn't get Q2 last night, which was a big hit, and we made a solid run in Q3 in some tough conditions in the right lane. The right lane had really low success rate, and we ended up taking the pull out of it. So that felt really good, and then backed it up Q4 with low ET again. We run 95, so feeling really good about rolling into Sunday, especially after Mother Nature didn't play in our hands yesterday.
I think the last 6 races I've been at, no kidding, you've been in the final round of all of them, and I think you've won 4 of them. Mm-hmm. So does that add confidence going into all these final rounds? Or do you just think, it's either a win or a bust at this point?
Yeah, I mean, if you're here, yeah, it definitely gives me confidence.
No, I didn't mean that. I just meant going all the final round.
No, for sure. You know, our goal every weekend is to come out here and go #1 qualifier and go to the final round and hopefully win with or leave with a Wally. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I believe we have a race car to do it. You know, we didn't have quite the weekend we wanted last weekend. Went out first round after qualifying #1, but we were in 3 finals in a row prior to that. So hopefully we can go to another final round tomorrow and defend our title here.
That's not what I meant, by the way. But one more question for you. You won last year. Is there anything that makes this place special to you, or is it just another drag strip?
Well, growing up as a kid, we always raced here on Father's Day, so it's always been special to me coming to the races, hanging out with my dad, and you know, watching his success here. So to get a win here last year was really special, especially in tough conditions. And you know, we swept the weekend last year. We won the Mission 2 Fast 2 #1 qualifier and won the race. So there was definitely a lot of emotion at the top end and in the winner's circle. So hopefully we can go 2 out of 3 tomorrow.
Well, thank you so much,
Cool.
Austin.
Thank
I
you,
appreciate
brother.
it. You heard it here. I give Austin Brock confidence. We're at the
Right
Thunder
on.
Valley Nationals with Josh Hart. And this week, it's going to be a little bit different because you're pulling double duty. What's it like switching from a factory stock showdown car to the Top Fuel car?
Well, aside from the schedule, I'd say it's awesome, you know, because you just go 335 mile an hour and then you jump in this amazing car where you're shifting the gears, it's picking the wheels up real nice. It's back to your grassroots, and that's why I love drag racing.
And does it give you a competitive advantage getting to go up twice as much as all your competitors in Top Fuel throughout the day? Or is the ritual of the car so much different that it really doesn't on the starting line? Because the more times I see the tree from a driver's standpoint, it helps me, but the cars work 2 completely different ways.
Yeah, it's the exact opposite. When you're in the Top Fuel car, you lead with your right foot, you gotta hit the gas. In the factory showdown car, you're leaving on your left foot, you gotta release the brake. So there's no real advantage that I can see.
Does it help you to think that cars might be running slower numbers because it's humid, or do you like it better when they're running fast numbers? Because I know Bristol tends to be more humid and it's going to be a rough day number-wise, I would think. So do you prefer faster days or more tuner-friendly days?
I would say the faster is better, but one thing I will say about the hot heat and the humidity is it kind of levels the playing field out here. There's a lot of people out here that sneak up on you. The part-time teams, you know, you got to watch them because they're here, they want to win, and it's not about how much horsepower you can put down, it's about who can get down the track safest.
And I believe you went, 5 races this year and won the first round each week. You got on a pretty good streak. You're building momentum, working your way back up to the win. What other steps have you all taken in order to get back in winner's circle?
Oh, these guys are relentless. I truly feel that I've got the best team out here. Very little mechanical mistakes. And, you know, we just need to be doing our job. You know, if each person out here does the job on our team, we'll find a win soon.
Well, thank you so much, Josh. I really appreciate it. Thunder Valley Nationals with Alex Laughlin, and I have interviewed you as a funny car driver, as a Top Fuel driver, and I think as a Pro Stock driver a long time ago. So it's Pro Mod this week at Thunder Valley Nationals. How are you feeling?
I love Bristol, absolute most favorite stop on the circuit, and we won here in 2017 in Pro Stock. This place has been really good to us. Car is running good, qualified 5th out of 21 entries, and I mean we're here to do it.
And you've had experience with NPK and then Pro Mod and all this stuff put together. I probably asked you this before, but it's been a while. So what do you prefer? Do you prefer 1/8 mile, quarter mile, or 1,000-foot racing? Or what kind of car do you prefer to drive? It's all about driver preference. And what's your favorite?
I honestly don't care at all whether it's 1/8 mile, 1,000-foot, quarter mile. Obviously, the longer the better. The runs are short enough as it is to begin with, right? So at least stretch it out and go faster. But I mean, I love the Drag Illustrated stuff that's 1/8 mile. I love the Nitro stuff that's 1,000-foot. Pro Mod that's 1320. As long as it's intense, I mean, I'm in for it.
And what's the competition like in the NHRA Converti Pro Mod Series? Because I know in recent years, the Pro Mods have really been pushed, and the fans have really started to get into Pro Mod racing. I've always loved it, but it's recently now just becoming a bigger thing. What's the competition like now that there's more eyes on it?
I'm not saying this just because I'm running Pro Mod right now, but this is without a doubt the most competitive class in NHRA. We've got 21 cars here on the entry list, and one, that's the most of any of the heads-up categories to begin with. But two, out of all 21 cars, all 21 of them have the ability to win this race. There are no slouches. There are 5 or 6 cars every single weekend in Pro Mod that don't qualify that are absolute top-notch cars. So no offense to the other categories, but you can often look at some of the nitro classes or pro stock and say, have an idea of who's not going to get qualified, and you know, just statistically speaking. And with Pro Mod, it's not that way. Top of the sheet to the bottom, it's anybody's race on Sunday as long as you get in.
And driving wise, not like preference wise, what you think, just the driving. What is the main difference between this and a funny car? Because you see a lot of Pro Mod funny car comparisons because they're both crazy and unpredictable. So what is the biggest differences between Pro Mod and a funny car?
I mean, honestly, there's just no comparison whatsoever between any car to nitro, whether it's top fuel or funny car. There's nothing that even gets close to simulating what a nitro car accelerates like, and that's just period. Pro Mod is awesome. It's fast, it's intense, it's big horsepower. For me, it's kind of my happy medium where it's enough on the extreme side that it stays fun, but it's also on the affordable side, so it's a little easier to and more achievable financially than spending $100,000 a weekend to run nitro.
And one more question. What is your absolute favorite part about drag racing in general?
Honestly, probably for the most part, it's the people. I've raced for lots of teams with different teams, people, associations. I've done basically all of it, and I love the group that we're racing with here, especially in Pro Mod. Everybody's great.
Well, thank you so much, Alex.
Yeah.
And I've said this many times, there's no one who has the skill to race the classes you do and be successful in all of them like you, and that makes you the baddest dude in drag racing. So thanks, Alex.
That means a lot. More than
Good luck
Thank
tomorrow.
you.